There you go. What's up, fam?
Guys, welcome to another episode of Dialed In, the brand new NFL podcast where you can call in and be a part of the show. We got a big week in the NFL to go over, so we're going to jump right into it. But before we do that, let me introduce the panel. First and foremost, you got myself, Anthony, over here at Pittsburgh. You can come over to the channel and see me do all kinds of cool travel videos. Also, you got my guy Mike down there, Huddle Card Collection. It does an awesome podcast every Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, about eBay, sports cards, and the hobby. That's your bag. Go over there and check out Huddle Card Collection. We also got my guy over here, John, at Fire Starter Breaks. How you doing, brother?
What's up, brother? Doing good.
Awesome. Appreciate you boys being with me again for another one of these shows. It's going to be a great one. We got the birthday boy in the chat.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Good to see you, man. As always. So what was your guys' initial takeaways from week one? Anything glaring?
I don't think there's anything really.
I think Indianapolis beat Miami.
Yeah, that was a big shocker. Speaking of that being a big shocker, we all picked games last week. And I don't know how many of us would have picked Indianapolis to beat Miami. I'm pretty sure I picked Miami to win that game. But I know Michael's keeping track of all the games we picked. Any update on that, Michael? Who is the most accurate picking so far this year?
Well, if we want to go over everything, let me go ahead and share spreadsheet.
That Bills-Ravens game was interesting.
Can you throw that on the screen?
Sure.
So, as you can see, we actually all did pretty good. John was 10-6. Anthony was 11-5. I was 12-4.
Yeah, we're neck and neck.
Yeah, we all picked Miami. Ravens don't have a quick strike ability. Bears offense still bad. Yeah, I mean, Bears to me, look, it's game one of a brand new offensive system. They looked. I mean, with them it was the tale of two halves, right? I mean, Caleb looked really good in half number one, then half number two, he didn't look that good, but. Then, Miami made some adjustments. I mean, Minnesota made some adjustments at halftime. And that's why, I think Minnesota came through. But the only two games that we all struck out on was Miami and Indianapolis, and Houston, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Rams. Otherwise, again, I think, the proof is right there in the pudding. I mean, we did what we all did very, very well.
Yeah. We're all playoff teams pretty much.
Yeah.
We got our leaderboard, so that'll be updated each week.
Nice.
As we go, we're all ready. We'll pick week number 2, and I'll fill those in as we're picking. So we'll go from there.
Cool. That's it's gonna be pretty fun to see how we do all season long. As the best record at the end. No. Yeah, Caleb definitely looked good as a runner. I'd like to see the passes kind of pick up there as well. Where do you rank him compared to Fields, being that that's the guy you guys kind of moved on from to draft Caleb, number 1? And Michael, speaking of Fields, how are you feeling with Justin Fields after this last week? You look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
whoops.
That good, huh?
It's hard to kind of put the spin on it being the first week of the season. You're not really. They're getting all their bugs worked out of their systems and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait on him for the Jet stuff. Let me ask you this, John. What were your thoughts of the Philly Dallas game where Jalen Carter spit in Dak Prescott's face?
I know that was funny as hell. I mean, you're going to get ejected before even a snap. Really? Are you that stupid?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, one of your best guys is off the field. I don't think it made a difference in the game because honestly, both teams looked pretty good and pretty bad on both sides of the ball. So I thought Dallas was going to make the comeback there, which I kind of was hoping, but kind of not hoping because I hate both the teams, but whatever,
Yeah.
I don't think Philly looks as good as they did last year at all.
No, definitely not.
They're going to be up there. I mean, I think it's a two-team race, us and them, but who knows? You never know. Cowboys can make that little sneaky run at the end.
Yep. Looks like Michael's having a reboot issue. So he should be back with us momentarily. The funny thing about the whole Eagles situation there with Jalen Carter is I heard one of the coaches say that Dak Prescott, apparently Jalen Carter thought Dak Prescott was trying to spit at him, but I guess he just had to spit and he didn't want to do it on his lineman. So he came in between him to spit past them. And Jalen Carter took it as he's spitting on him. But meanwhile, he was just trying to spit. So he came up and spit in his face. That was the interview that I saw.
And I could not believe that. I'm like, well, this game's going to start off really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I definitely thought that was interesting. One big thing I saw was George Kittle went down. He's supposed to be out for at least 4 weeks. They put him on IR. So that's going to be a big loss for not only the Niners, but for a lot of fantasy owners. I had him in one league, and I was like, no.
Yeah. But I didn't see any real standouts. I mean, besides for Indianapolis crushing Miami like they did, but there was a lot of close games. Nothing.
Daniel Jones is looking really good this year, man. I think we'll start calling him Danny Dimes again pretty soon. He definitely is looking like he's having a bit of a resurgence over there in Indianapolis. It's good to see some of these quarterbacks that were deemed to be busts. Some places like Geno Smith is kind of resurrected his career. Andy Dalton, although who knows how much longer he's going to start. Looks like he's had a pretty rough outing this past week. But, it's good to see some of these guys really get a second shot. I was a little skeptical to see Daniel Jones as a starter, and I was like, what are they doing starting him? But he looks excellent.
Well, now can we get your feelings, Mike, on your question from Anthony?
I don't know because I watched that game. It was actually on here, and he, to me, he did what he has done in the past. He'll have, those couple of throws that he'll make. Then he'll have some where, the receiver's got to make a really good catch because, he's throwing the ball behind or he's leading them too far, from that standpoint. But, I mean, we talked about it last week. We talked about it probably the week before that, when we talked about what their plan was going to be. They wanted to run the ball for 150 yards a game. I think they got 160 something or so.
They looked really good.
From that standpoint, we'll see because you have this week is going to be even more interesting. But I mean, I still don't have an issue if they suck all year long and we get to go ahead and and grab one of those, one of the cornerbacks coming out of college potentially, because I don't know, I mean, he has games like this again where you look and you go, wow, that throw he made to Wilson, holy cow, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
and then he has throws where he misses badly. So I don't, I'm not. Again, I don't think he's. I don't think he's the answer. I think it was a nice thing for them to do. I think it was, hey, we'll go with a young quarterback and see what we could do with low, very very low expectations. If somehow he catches some of that, he goes back and it's funny. You want to say he regresses back to Ohio State, which is a little on the crazy side. You have to say that he would regress back to college and then pick up some of the things that he was doing there. So we'll see what happens. But kind of what I expected from him.
Hoping he does good, because the better he does for you guys, the higher of a draft pick we get. For the contemporary or I can't even say the word. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that one.
Contemporary. Whatever it is. I'm going to make a short out of myself looking like completely ridiculous trying to say compensatory. That's the word I'm trying to say. Compensatory. Apparently, I have to say it like that to actually be a human being. Damn, those words are too big for my simple mind. But yeah, the better he does, the higher of a pick that the Steelers gets him with, like Russ Wilson, Najee Harris, and a bunch of other guys that are kind of underperforming right now. I thought Fields looked really good. Fantasy-wise, he put up like 29 points, which I thought was pretty good. But it's that running ability that's just kind of like it carries him over the edge there. I was pretty thrilled on the other end with Aaron Rodgers in his debut with the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
He looked really good, 4 touchdowns. That's something we haven't seen in our offense since probably a year or two before Big Ben retired. And honestly, like if we had that the past couple years with the way our defense had played, we'd probably be sitting pretty. But our defense was getting diced up by you boys. 32 points. I don't like that, especially when we have the highest paid defense in all of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, again, every week counts because there's only, there's only 17 games, so every game counts and everything. But you figure, you didn't play that well and you came out with a W.
Yep.
That's that's good for something.
Yeah.
From that standpoint.
Any big disappointments to you boys this week? Like one for me was AJ Brown from the Eagles. Had like 1 catch.
I mean, Malik Neighbors didn't look all that great. They didn't really use him like they should have.
What's up, Maddie?
What's up, Matty Ice?
Maddie.
Well, Malik Neighbors is more from who was throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many more, I got to believe if it doesn't work out for Russ here, but this is it for him.
Yeah. The other one I'd have to say was not incorporating Terry more in our game. They were trying to use Debo a little more, but I think if they used Terry a little bit more, it would have been a bigger difference in score.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
They sure did, man.
Yep.
Yeah, your Colts.
From a quarterback perspective, Bo Nix didn't look that great. Mm-hmm. But again, second-year guy, so how good is he supposed to look? I don't know. It's one of those things. It's too hard to understand.
Yep.
Stroud didn't look that great either.
Nope.
I will say our rookie running back looked really good. Bill, as I'm going to call him because I can't say his name either. He looked good.
Who?
His name's. They call him Bill on the team. I can't. It's a rookie running back we picked up this year.
Oh, the kid with the long name.
Yeah.
Stop putting the wide receiver in the backfield.
Yeah, we were doing that. I know that. Jaden looked pretty much the form. I mean, like I said to Anthony, it's the first week. They're ironing out the wrinkles of everything. So
Look, the truth of the matter is this is the way it goes. The first week, half the teams are going to be happy. Half the teams are not going to be happy.
mm-hmm.
Because week one, so they're trying to measure, temper expectations, of what it's going to be. Nothing against Indianapolis because Maddie's here, but to think that Danny Dimes can continue to do that kind of stuff, not saying he can't, because he's shown that he is a good quarterback, not great, he's good, and our team's going to be, is Miami's offense going to be that bad again? You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at certain things and stuff, I mean, I don't know. We will see.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Would you have been more comfortable with Daniel Jones than Fields, or are you happy to have Fields?
Huh. I'm okay with Fields over Daniel Jones because I think Daniel Jones is better, but I think Daniel Jones gives you false hope.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't think Fields gives you false hope.
Here's a question I've been hearing a lot about. Do either of you feel that towards the end of the Washington-New York game that at some point they should have put their rookie quarterback in to see what he could do? The way Russell was playing.
No, me personally, no. To me, you either throw him in the fire at the beginning of a game, or unless it's that bad, to throw him in in a mop up and stuff like that. I'm okay with not doing it. I mean, I go ahead and I get why you would do it. I get why you wouldn't do it. But I think the Giants' schedule is kind of a little tough in these first few weeks. So I can understand them wanting to go with a to not I'm not going to say give them a great chance to go ahead and win. But when you look at some of these teams that they're going up against, rookie quarterback, again, to me, I think he should have probably been the starter from day one. But you knew once they signed Russell Wilson that any quarterback that they drafted, I would say would have to play lights out to get past Wilson, but Dart did really, really well.
I'd be shocked if he's not starting by like week 4. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like there's no reason to throw him in if like your starter's already getting butchered. I set him up like maybe against like a weaker team just to like start building confidence in the beginning. But yeah, I could totally see by like maybe week 4 or 5, like they're like losing, they're gonna switch over to him.
Well, you look at their schedule to try and remember. They got Dallas next week. They got Kansas City the week after that. They got the Chargers the week after that. Week 5 they have the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So to me,
a game they might win.
but that might be a game where you say, you know what, we're 0-4. But to me, it's one of those things. I don't want to see what happened to what's his name, Young in Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're giving you the job. We have a veteran behind you. Oh, you're not playing well. Pull you out. than just sit on the bench and wait and then hope that he plays bad or he gets hurt for to go back in.
Right.
I like the teams where, look, you've gone ahead and you made the call, live with it, go forward. Don't screw around. Let the kid go ahead and take his bumps.
Right.
Because the truth of the matter is, excuse me, with the way the salary cap is and everything now, yeah, start him gonna go through the lumps. With the way it is right now, you might as well see what you got sooner rather than later because you're not paying him. It's not like, like when Sam Bradford got his, crazy money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sam Bradford went ahead and he was like the last one who signed that crazy ass deal and everything. I think it was like right after that where they instituted the slotting of the cap. So you might as well find out sooner rather than later. And if you're gonna suck, all right, hey, we'll figure out what we're gonna do. We're either gonna stay with him and build around him through the draft, or we're gonna say, hey, you know what? This kid is better than the other one. But then again, from that, you go from there. So that's the only thing I would say. Like to me, I mean, they just don't really have. Well, they have Tyron Taylor, and then I don't even know what the hell we got after that. There's no sense in going ahead and benching Fields for Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well let Fields go ahead and run it out and see what happens. And if you're 2-15, you're 2-15. It is what it is.
For sure. So that being said, what do you guys think about this week? Should we jump into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Cool.
Who is the Chat GPT going to have us go against?
I'm going to pick. It's going to be 90s.
We shall find out. So I have the random.org ready to go. We're going to hit the randomize button. And it looks like it's giving us the 1970s. We're going all the way back, boys.
Yeah.
This is going to be a beefy team we have to go against. It's going to be probably very Steeler heavy, if I had to guess. Let's see what they have for us here.
I'm going to say they're going to pick at least probably Bradshaw and Mean Joe Green. At least two of them.
Oh, I'd be shocked if they don't.
Oh, they'll have Bradshaw. They'll probably have O.J. Simpson. Yeah, they're going to have a good team. Damn.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Okay. So here we go. We're on the 2000s from last week. Basically, a reminder, a recap. If you missed last week, we battled against the all 2000s team. This is the team we ended up with. ChatGPT beat us by like 3 points.
Yeah.
However, if we would have started Troy Polamalu instead of Sean Taylor, we would have won by 3 points. So we were super close. We were one player off. So this week,
no more Homer crap.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to whenever it's all Homer players this week.
Yeah, rude. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is going to be like an insane. I mean, honestly, a Homer crap. I could say Franco Harris at running back since they didn't go for a Steeler there.
And they didn't pick up. Oh, yeah, they didn't pick up Mean Joe Green, did they? Oh, yeah, they did.
Steelers everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Mean Joe at defense.
Yeah, I see that now. It's a little blurry, but
what's up, Kenneth? How you doing?
Quarterback, huh?
You guys watching on online, you can't see it on a small screen. What ChatGPT selected for their all 70s team is Terry Bradshaw at quarterback, O.J. Simpson at running back, Lynn Swann at wide receiver, Dave Casper at tight end, Art Shell for their offensive line position, Jan Sternrud for
Jan Stenerud.
well, shows how much I know this dude. Carl Eller as their defensive end, Mean Joe Green as their defensive tackle. We got Jack Ham as their outside linebacker, Jack Lambert as their inside linebacker, Mel Blunt as their cornerback, and Ken Houston as their safety. So we have some ground to cover here, guys. This will be interesting.
Okay, so I got 2 quarterbacks possible. Stabler or Greasy?
See, I was thinking
Frank Tarkington.
Staubach Tarkington was one of the guys I was thinking
too, yeah.
Because Staubach won at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls in the 70s, didn't he? I mean, it wasn't 4 like Bradshaw. It's going to be hard to top that, but maybe there's a more consistent quarterback than Bradshaw because he was known to do some turnovers and stuff throughout his career.
I mean, Tarkington or Staubach or Kenny Stabler.
Yeah, I'd be good with any of them. Looks like Matty Ice says Tarkington for QB. I can't say that that's a bad one. I mean, he went to a couple Super Bowls, didn't he?
Yeah, but he
I don't know
lost.
if they won. Yeah, I know they lost because they lost to the Steelers in one of them.
I mean, gosh.
I keep coming back to Dr. Staubach because
Staubach. I mean, it's hard to go ahead.
Super Bowls.
It's hard to go ahead and against him in the 70s.
How many Super Bowls did Stabler win? Did he win Super Bowls in the 70s?
Maybe 1.
So probably Staubach then is probably our best chance against Bradshaw.
Roger Staubach is probably a good pick there.
How do you spell Staubach?
Stau.
But we also have Joe Namath.
BACH. Well, not
Try
calling Joe Namath.
That just doesn't look spelled right for some reason.
Tarkington had 4 MVPs, so that was my thinking.
It's not like I'm saying put in Sonny Jurgensen, one of my guys.
Okay, running.
I don't disagree with you, Matty. I mean, he'll be our backup.
Earl Campbell for running back?
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, who do you like better, Campbell or Franco? I mean, obviously I'm a homer with Franco, but it's also.
I'm going to go off the board. I'm going to say there was this other guy who was pretty darn good. He started in the middle 70s. His name was Walter Payton.
Payton, yeah, I just saw that one. Yeah, I'll definitely go with him.
That is a great. I can't even not go with sweetness there.
Yeah, you got to go there. Because I got like a thing up showing like the NFL stars of the 70s. I'm just like, okay, well.
So wide receivers. I mean, my mind goes to Art Monk, but wasn't he more 80s?
Yes.
Yeah. Harold Carmichael from Philly.
Yeah. Lynn Swan.
They have
Lynn Swan.
Too bad. We can kick him from him. Trade.
Drew Pearson from Dallas.
I'm thinking Ahmad Rashad. There we go.
Harold Carmichael.
I think Harold Carmichael's the one to go with here.
Oh, Target had 4 MVPs. I didn't realize that. A good call there.
What's up, Larkin? How you doing, buddy?
Hey there, Larkin. Okay, so wide receivers. I mean, obviously, I want to say Stallworth, but that would be the homer move. What about Biletnikoff? Wasn't he in the 70s?
I don't know.
Let's see here. What was the name again?
Fred Biletnikoff.
Yeah, he was.
Like I say, the only named an award after him.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about him.
Because the other guys, I don't know. I mean, you have John Gilliam, Mel Gray, Gene Washington, Cliff Branch. Yeah, I don't see Drew Pearson.
Charlie
I think
Joyner.
of Pearson or Carmichael, Harold Carmichael.
Carmichael was pretty
I think
I go Harold more than anybody else.
I think you go with Harold. He gives you the height maybe that could help us against those two.
Yeah, true. I mean, there's a lot of shorter guys in the league back then too.
Yeah.
That could be helpful. What do you think of tight end?
I have no idea of who.
Yeah, well, they have Dave Casper. The next one in line they've shown is Jerry Smith, John Mackey, Billy Dupree,
Russ Francis, Charlie Sanders, Ozzie Newsome actually wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he did play for the Browns, though. Are we okay with starting a Cleveland Brown, or does that completely disqualify us from winning?
No, it's fine.
Hawkins says Otis Taylor. Is he for tight end or wide receiver?
I don't see Otis in the tight ends list that I have here of the key NFL tight ends. Casper's a big one.
Yeah, Newsome was a 5-time All-Pro, apparently.
Otis Taylor with the wide receiver.
The number one ranking tight end is Bob Tucker. I've never even heard of him.
Apparently had multiple 50-catch seasons.
The thing I'm looking at has Charlie Sanders, but I mean, I really don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Newsome is not a bad.
He's
Ozzie Newsome is not a bad pick at tight end.
If I like him and he's a Brown, that's saying something. At offensive line, my suggestion would be Webster. Obviously, I'm a homer, but he's probably like one of the best offensive linemen of all time. Any of the offensive line positions now with the OL. They have Art Shell as a tackle.
John Hanna, Gene Upshaw.
Yeah.
Webster's another good one.
Robert
Larry Little from the Dolphins. Some of these guys, like if you look at a John Hanna, John Hanna was also like part of the all 80s team too. So that means he was good. He was good in the 70s and good in the 80s.
True. Same with Webster, though, for that matter. But let's go with Hanna.
You can go Webster. I don't care.
Let's go with Hanna for now. Just because it's going to be basically all Steelers everywhere else. Kicker. You guys have any semblance of
who do they have?
Jan Stenerud? Yarrow, you premium. The little
Jim
guy.
Bacon is highly consistent kicker.
Yeah, Jim Bacon was another one. He was good.
I say we put that barefoot. Oh, Mark Mosley's another one. He was good. But who was a barefoot kicker in Philly? Let's put him in there. Forget his name, but
I don't know. Yarrow, your premium, or Jim Bacon would be one of the two. I don't think either one of those is gonna go ahead and make that much of a difference, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What would be a sneaky play? You know who played kicker a little bit from 1949 to 1975?
George Blanda.
Yeah. Would that give us any kind of an edge, having George Blanda kick the ball? Or would we be better off having like a Fred Cox or a Tom Dempsey or something like that? Dempsey was the guy who had the 63-yard field goal. That was that 40-yard man stood for a while.
Yeah, I
he actually had a roll made against him, the Tom Dempsey roll.
To me, Gary, you're probably with Jim, or like John said, Jim Bakken. Bakken was a good one.
Yeah, he was a top one according to Google.
Yeah. If you want that one, it's JIM and it's BKKAN. I'm sorry, BAKKEN.
JIM B. What is it? BA.
AKKEN.
Cool. Okay.
Like you
Defense.
said, Mike. LC Greenwood.
You're reading my mind.
Because it's either him, I'm thinking, or Merle Olsen.
Hall of Famer Jack Youngblood.
That's a good one
too. I think Greenwood's probably our pick. At least for me, it is.
Merlin was a tackle.
So you know who actually might be an even better pick? A player that played into the very early 70s was Deacon Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, he'd be the sack leader if they were counting him back then.
Yeah. We could do that if that's, yeah,
I mean, it's not often that I choose against a Steeler, but I think this guy might help us win. So now we need a defensive tackle, someone to stop the run.
Well, I think John mentioned Merlin Olsen, who would be a really good one, or Bob Lilly from Dallas.
What about Dave Butts? I don't know how.
You know who else is pretty good was Alan Page. But
Wait.
From the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah.
Randy White.
Wasn't he an end? Or was he a defensive tackle?
I'm just trying to see. It shows him as under the defensive tackle, but what did he actually play? Yeah, he was a defensive tackle, they say. Earned All-Pro honors in the 70s and 80s.
Locken says Buck Buchanan. For which position?
Defensive tackle? Like I said, I mean, I don't know. Merlin Olsen, Bob Lilly, those are the only, those are names.
Alan Page is another good one.
Alan Page would be a just as good a one, so I go
to Alan Page.
Like, he was
Page, either Page or Olsen, I would say.
I'd probably go with Page personally, just because of the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Part of the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah.
That doesn't suck.
No.
I mean, he's no mean Joe. So now we need an outside linebacker. Somebody to rival Jack Ham.
Ed Hendricks.
Yeah.
Hendricks would be good. From the Raiders and the Rams. Or no, both Raiders, actually, because they moved.
He played for Rams, played for Baltimore, played for Green Bay. I think he made his name, though, with the Raiders.
Hendricks. That's a good one. He's somebody that could probably get after the quarterback for us. And now we need an inside linebacker, and they have Jack Lambert.
Billy Berge, 5-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowl player.
Oh, snap. What about Dick Butkus?
I was going to say Dick Butkus. If we're going to go with if all they had to do was touch the 70s, Dick Butkus works.
I'm all about that action. I mean, with the team they have, we're going to need some kind of help.
Cornerback, huh?
Okay, so corners. They have Mel Blount.
Willie Brown? Jimmy Johnson? I don't know if I'd take Jimmy Johnson, but,
Willie Brown would be a good one.
He's part of the all-decade team.
Yeah, Willie Brown. I think Willie Brown would work.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let's see here.
Willie Lanier. I never even heard of Willie Lanier.
Yeah, I don't see him on the all-decade. Yeah, Willie Brown and Jimmy Johnson, Louis Wright or Roger
Worley.
The last two are second team.
Then we need a safety. Do we want to go with Brown or
decade? Ken Houston or Cliff Harris are the all-decade team.
They have Ken Houston. Cliff Harris is pretty good. I was thinking either him or Donnie Shell. Donnie Shell's probably the homer pick, so we should probably go Cliff Harris. That being said, yeah, he made 10 Pro Bowls. So that's that was Ken Houston. Made 10 Pro Bowls. Cliff Harris was a hard hitter from the Doomsday defense for Dallas.
Yep.
They're telling me the all-decade kicker is Garo
Premium.
Yeah.
Garo Premium. That's what I was saying. Him or Jim Bakken. I don't know neither one of them are great. I think they had to dip. Funny thing is I don't even see Jan Stenerud. I know Chat GPT picked them.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chat GPT uses for,
What was Ed Jones, Ed Too Tall Jones? What did he play?
He was either a defensive end or a defensive tackle. I would think.
I guess he didn't. I'm assuming he didn't play in the 70s. So
are we
comfortable? Or he just wasn't that good.
It could be
compared to now. No, hold on. He wasn't he comparing to the players that are on the list.
True.
From that standpoint.
Do we want to lock in this team? Or do we want to make any changes before we go to Chat GPT with our fate?
The only, even though he's not on the list, when you look at quarterbacks, it's funny, the three quarterbacks that show up on what I'm looking were Bradshaw, Starback, and Stabler. I know Maddie said Fran Tarkington. I honestly don't know if I'd go that route. But I could see him with Eller and Joe Green, his maneuverability. Mm-hmm. But he never beat the Steelers. Staubach never beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl either. I don't know what they did during the regular season. I don't know. Again, we could run. That's the only change that I really could see potentially making. You could think of the kicker, Garo Premium over Jim Bakken, but man, if the kicker goes ahead and makes us lose, holy cow.
What was the other kicker you wanted to do?
Garo.
How do you spell that?
Garo.
No, his last name begins with a Y.
Premium. YEPREMIAN.
Cool.
Hey, at quarterback, John Brody was up. He was like number one with passing yards. And then you also have Unitas. Wouldn't be a bad pick either. You can stay with Starbuck. I don't care. I'm just just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at passing stats for quarterbacks, and that Brody, I don't even know who he played for.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, I'd still probably be either Staubach or Tarkington or Stabler. They'd probably be the big three for me.
So I'm not seeing really anybody else that Bradshaw is towards the bottom, but I'd still stick with Bart Starr's in there too, though.
Bart Starr would.
I think I'd say we stick with this, go with this team. If we want to see if we adjusted players afterwards, we can.
Cool.
If you want to.
Let's do that.
All right, my prediction is I think we lose by 3 again for some reason. I don't think we can beat Chat GPT, whatever it is.
24-21.
We win or lose?
We win.
I am going to sadly say they're probably going to beat us by 7 this week just because they have so many Steelers.
Ouch.
Big Ben is one of my favorites, and he wore number 7. So let me reshare the screen. Let's get ChatGPT up so they can have their moment in the sun. All right. Give us the dates.
Thinking longer for a better answer.
Analyzing the matchups. Hurry up.
Here we go.
Yes. Final matchup analysis. Let's go.
We didn't put any dead guys in, did we?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why it was taking longer than normal.
B. Dick Buckus comes back and tears him.
Dick Buckus passed away.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I
I
remember
believe
that.
so.
Well, now he's zombie Dick Buckus. This is taking forever.
I was trying to figure out how to deal with that. If we have Dick Buckus in there, it's this person's dead. How do I get their numbers? All right, here we go.
Come on. Crafting playback. What are you doing? Come on.
Crafting plausible play.
They're normally better than this.
It is a tough one.
Even ChatGPT doesn't know how this one's going to go. That Walter Payton must have thrown it through a loop. Look, thought for 1 minute and 10 seconds. He loves this matchup. Every position is Hall of Fame firepower. I simulated a full 60-minute game, play-by-play. Key plays, clock feel, box score.
Oh, we do it.
Well, we won by 3! Before even the game starts, we win. Nice. That would have been nice to tell us at the end, ChatGPT, but that's kind of awesome. We got our first win of the season. So here's the simulation.
This looks nothing like the last ones we've done.
Yeah, this is not. It's not giving me the words
we actually need. This is like the full thing. So
put all that prior to reading, like knowing how, like you said, it should be at the end.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to figure this out for next week. But either way, so we kick off opening drive. 3 short passes from Staubach, safe rhythm, 24-yard catch by Carmichael on the go route, converted 3rd and 6, 38-yard Yepripian field goal, 3-0. ChatGPT answers with quick tempo. OJ gets a couple early zone reads, 20-yard gain combined. Bradshaw play fakes, hits Lynn Swan on a 14-yard touchdown. Swan had a jump ball. We respond with a long clock-eating drive. Staubach hits Ozzie Newsome on the seam for a 14-yard touchdown, 3rd and goal. 10-7, Newsome's quick outlet plus stout blocking from John Hanna opens the middle. ChatGPT stalls in the red zone on 3rd down. Pressure from Deacon Jones forces Bradshaw to check down. Jan nails a 41-yard field goal to tie it. Just before halftime, Dowd engineers a 2-minute field goal drive. Yeprepian nails a 45-yarder at the end of the half, 13-10 at halftime. 3rd quarter, halftime adjustments. Dowd leans heavier on Walter Payton. Payton grinds the second half. A decisive nine-play drive culminates in a 7-yard Payton touchdown plunge off left guard John Hanna. ChatGPT response. Counterpunch, OJ breaks a 42-yard burst inside, setting up a Bradshaw to Dave Caps for touchdown. Play action. Mid-4th quarter, ChatGPT methodically uses short passes. OJ screens to chew clock, eventually tying the game with Stunnerud's 38-yard field goal, driving 65 yards, 20-20. Dowden's last drive, about 3:10. They take the ball, a couple of critical 3rd downs, 3rd and 8. Staubach scrambles to buy time down the sideline to throw to Carmichael for 14 yards. A 4th and 6 conversion where Staubach completes the Newsome inside the 25 with 10 seconds left. Yeprepian nails a 41-yard field goal. So I guess the key points why we One was the interior plus balanced rushing. John Hanna plus Alan Page controlled the interior gaps, let Peyton finish the drives, who ran for first downs at crucial moments. The edge pressure at the right times, Deacon Jones and Ted Hendricks created 2 critical third down pressures. One forced GPT to take a 3-and-out late in the game. Another collapsed the pocket in the second quarter, setting up a halftime field goal. ChatGPT's defense was excellent, but Dowden got home on enough plays. Staubach improvised scrambling ability to extend plays to find Carmichael down the sideline, turned what could have been punts into sustained drives. The mobility neutralized the fear of Jack Lambert, Jack Ham blitz schemes at 2 key moments. And then special teams reliability. Your Preparium hit 2 long field goals, including the game winner. That margin was decisive. Yeah.
Starbuck did good, 235 yards.
Yeah, Walter Payton had 100.
Arrow 3 for 3 on the field goals.
Yep. That was a big one. I believe that was a Matty Ice contribution, was it not?
I think so.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to get a win finally. What was it, 23-20?
23-20. Damn, I said 24-21. Dang it. So close.
Dude, you were very close. I'm going to have to put
you call it, Mike, with the 3-point. I just took the other side because it's usually how it happens. But we're 1-1.
Yep. Getting better at this.
So we know we can beat the 1970s team.
Yep.
That's awesome. Glad we finally got a win.
Yeah, Matty Ice. Garrow foot for the win.
Heck yeah. The way we can see that we finally got ourselves a win in the 70s. Next week we'll probably go back to another random decade unless you guys want to tackle another team or something else.
Go through all the decades and then maybe we'll do the Redskins one, see how we do.
Cool. You guys
do Redskins one, then we do some of the other top teams, or we try, we do like the last couple of Super Bowl winners towards the end. Once we finish this and then we do that, and then we do like the last couple of Super Bowl winners.
We should do an all Madden, like different years of all Madden teams and see how they do against each other.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
You guys want to go into week 2, make some predictions?
Oh yeah. All right. So, starting off the week in just 2 days, we have the Washington Commanders, or AKA Redskins.
Right.
They are away. They are at the Green Bay Packers. Anthony, what say you?
It's going to be a tough game. Last week, I think I'm pretty sure I picked against the Packers. This week, I'm going to actually take the Packers. Just because I think that Micah Parsons is going to make a difference. Sorry to say that, John, but I think this is going to be a very close game. But I am going to take the Packers in a, maybe like a win by a field goal type game.
I think Green Bay's on a roll. Also, I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with the home team. And John, do you want to make a guess?
You know where I'm going. I'm with Anthony. It's going to be a close game. It might even be a high-scoring game with both these quarterbacks and the receivers they have, because our defense has definitely stepped up. They look a lot better. If Parsons can stay healthy during the game, he's going to give us trouble, but I still give us the win by 3, even though we're 8.5 underdog.
All right. Then Sunday. We start off, we got the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. I know I should be a homer, So I'll take the team from New York, Buffalo Bills.
I will join you choosing the Browns squad.
And me as well.
Yep. Although I do think that the Bills are, the Jets are pretty good this year. I think they have an opportunity, but I think Josh Allen's going to put up too many points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. All right. The Chicago, we have the birthday boy John's Chicago Bears
The Bears.
at the Detroit Lions. Two teams, both coming off, tough losses, even though the Detroit game was not close. Still a tough loss when you figure expectations were that they would, not look that bad on game number 1.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I picked them to win last week.
So, John, who you got?
I'm going Bears.
The Bears.
I'm going Bears on the road. Anthony?
I'm going to stick with the Lions. I think the Lions need to get a win here. I think that they're a better team overall. I think that they get back on track. Although the Bears, I think, are they're starting to find their way too. So I could see this going either way, but I'm really thinking that the Lions are going to kind of take this one just because I think they're a better team overall.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Detroit because they're, at home. I think the crowd will help them. I think they, I think I'm going to hope that they learned a little bit from that standpoint. I just think it's going to take Chicago a couple of weeks with the whole new offense and everything going on, with them. That's what so that's why I'm going to go with the Lions. It's going to be a tough one for you, Anthony. The Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens.
Can they just both lose, please? I'm going to pick.
Sorry, you have to pick one of them.
I would rather the Browns win, but I think the Ravens are going to win. So I'm going to pick the Ravens.
They are at Baltimore. So you're going to go. Who are you picking? Wait, who are you picking?
I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens.
I just want to make sure everybody heard that.
Yeah, I had to do it. But in my opinion, both of these teams are.
John, how about you?
I'm going with the Ravens. They're going to want to get back after that bad loss to Buffalo.
Yeah, I think Baltimore also, again, they're at home, so they're going to have the crowd on their side. I think their defense will play better at home. I don't think Cincinnati really has not had a good defensive team, and them not being good on defense, and Cleveland couldn't really do much against Cincinnati. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bengals.
This is going to be an interesting one because I think that the Bengals are better than they played, and I think that the Jaguars are worse than they played, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do think that the Bengals got to get back on track, though. I think Joe Burrow is going to hit Jamar Chase. But it's going to be interesting to see if they put Travis Hunter on him or what they do there. But I think that there's too many weapons in Cincinnati. So, unfortunately, I'm going to pick another AFC North rival. I'm going to say that the Bengals are going to win this one. Although I really would like to see the Jaguars pull this out for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I am concerned, though, that Joe Burrow doesn't have enough protection going into this game because he got destroyed by the Browns. Although they did have Myles Garrett, that helps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I don't know. I mean, I can't see Jacksonville all of a sudden kind of changing their philosophy a little bit and putting Travis Hunter on defense more. I mean, maybe they will, but I mean, they didn't do it last week. And for that, I just think, I think, I mean, I hate to keep picking, home teams, but I think being at home for Cincinnati is going to help them also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jacksonville's defense is as good as Cleveland. Cleveland still does have a good defense. And to your point, I think Joe Burrow will play better, and I think he will go ahead and lead them to victory. John,
I'm going with the Bengals too. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I got to go with the Bengals as well.
So interesting matchup here.
I'll be right
The
back.
Los Angeles Rams travel to Tennessee to play the Titans. The Rams, I'd say, who played better last week than most people expected.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked him to lose last week for that exact.
We
win this week.
We all did. Last week we all picked them to lose to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think Stafford's still got a little something left in that arm, so I'm going to go ahead with the whole Stafford Puka Nakua connection, and I'm going to say that they're going to go ahead and become 2-0 and surprise a lot of people.
I do also, but I think a part of it has to do is even though they lost Aaron Donald, their defensive front line is still good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they have, and even though Tennessee's going to be at home, again, a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
You look at some of the things he did. Now his wide receivers and stuff didn't help him. When they went against, and they went up against a tough opponent. Last week Tennessee went up against Denver, but Denver didn't. They won in spite of Denver's offense. So I mean, and they had Tennessee. Their couple of wide receiver drops. I think went ahead and hurt them. But I just like the Rams, defense.
Yeah.
On this one to hold the rookie. John?
I think I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans.
Because you're the only 10 I see.
And you have any reasoning for that?
No. Because I really don't care about the game. It's just a toss-up game for me.
Okay.
It doesn't affect my league.
So this next game for me is the Browns-Ravens games for Anthony. We have the football team from Massachusetts going against the football team from South Florida.
This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to pick New England, but for some reason, Miami always beats them. Even when Miami's awful, they still find a way to beat New England. But I'm going to pick New England just because they're on a roll right now, and I think Drake May is going to, keep that up.
Even though after the loss last week?
I don't know. I want to see what happens with Miami and how they kind of rebound.
Matty Ice is saying Massachusetts team also.
Let me see here. Miami's a point underdog, 1.5. I think Miami's got to come back after that bad loss they had to Indianapolis. They're going to come out fighting. I'm going to go with Miami.
So, the team from South Florida, Tyreek Hill, didn't he just get arrested or isn't he accused of domestic violence?
Something like that.
Not sure. I thought I heard that.
You said Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, for Miami.
Multiple instances of domestic violence in a court filing.
Yeah, this is like, golly. This is painful, Anthony. Just like I understand what you went through between the Browns and the Ravens.
Yeah. So like, can Bane just show up on White House Stadium like he did in The Dark Knight?
I think the South Florida team comes back, plays better at home. I I don't know why. I just think that. New York Giants are at the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys, they're rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys also. I just don't see how the Giants can do anything.
The Cowboys are going to blow them out.
This is in Dallas, John.
This pains me more than anything. I got to pick Dallas.
The Cowgirls. All right, now here's a tricky one. Now we're picking on Tuesday. San Francisco 49ers at New Orleans Saints. So San Francisco, Kittle already out on IR. Purdy hurt his left shoulder. Don't know if he's going to be playing or not. With that knowledge, John, you choose.
Well, looking at the odds, the Saints are favored by 4.5.
Saints?
Yeah. Wait, I might be wrong on that. If it's a negative number, they're the favorite. No, right?
It's
Plus
Saints,
number, they're favored.
no, if it's Saints -4, then that means the Saints are favored by 4.
All right, they're plus 4.5.
So they're okay. Then they're the underdog.
So I am gonna.
Saints are at home.
I see the Saints. You know, I'm gonna go with the underdog in this one. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I have a feeling that Kittle being out, that's gonna hurt. And if Purdy doesn't play or plays hurt, Saints have that.
If Purdy doesn't play, it'll probably be Mac Jones.
Still, I'm going with New Orleans.
I'm going with the Niners. I think that even an injured Niners team is going to beat the Saints, unfortunately. Although the one concern I have is Alvin Kamara, but the Niners have a good enough defense that I think they can neutralize him.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game because I don't know if I don't know if Purdy's going to play. If he doesn't, you got CMC. Their wide receiver crew for San Francisco isn't great right now. Ayuka's still out. Jennings got a little hurt. But you have Brian Robinson Jr., you have CMC, and their defense should be enough to get by Spencer Rattler and New Orleans Saints. And then we have, this one's going to be halfway easy for one of us. The Seattle Seahawks travel to into Pennsylvania, into Pittsburgh's hometown, Pittsburgh, to play the Steelers. Anthony, I'm sure you are going to take the Steelers.
Absolutely. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a tough day with TJ Watt and company running him down. I am very concerned about the wide receivers there, though. I do think that they're going to cause us some problems, just like Garrett Wilson did this past week.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think the Steelers also, unfortunately, again, home. Looking what TJ did. The offensive line. I don't know of any. The Jets have a good defensive line. I don't know how good Seattle's is. I mean, nobody there, stands out. I know they have Leonard Williams, but after that, I don't know what else they have. And, to me, it's the, I think Aaron Rodgers is as healthy as a 41 or 42-year-old quarterback, can be, and I just think he's gonna potentially have another, good games. Pickens, you know, Fryermuth, Metcalf game also against his former team. So I'm going Steelers. Jean.
Because you guys picked against my team, I'm picking against yours. I'm going Seattle. The upset by 7 points.
Woo!
I mean, the Steelers are favored by 3.
Yeah. We had Johnny froze this time, at least. That's what I see on my screen.
So that happens when you pick against the Steelers.
Yeah.
Got to.
All right, we are continuing. We're going to go out west. We have the Carolina Panthers. They will be visiting the Arizona Cardinals. John.
I'm going with the betting odds of Arizona winning.
I'm going to join John on that. I just feel like they're a better team. I just think that their run attack is going to, definitely get going. I think Marvin Harrison's going to make some plays. I think it's going to be too much for Carolina, especially with inconsistent play on offense.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really have a lot of confidence in Carolina. I don't, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of confidence in them. Denver Broncos travel to the Midwest. They travel to Indiana to play the Indianapolis Colts.
See, I would have said this is a freaking easy call a week ago.
Yep.
Until Daniel freaking Jones showed up and did what he did. I would have been like, this is going to be all the way Broncos, just slapping them around. Although I still am going to pick the Broncos, but it's not going to slap them around. I still think that defense is just nasty that the Broncos have. So I think the thing that's going to make Daniel Jones look like Daniel Jones, it's probably going to be a defense like the Broncos. Sorry,
Matt disagrees with you.
Well, duh, he's a Colts fan. I would say if I was a Colts fan.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Denver also. I just can't believe Daniel Jones will have 2 good games in a row. I think Denver's defense is an uptick from Miami's defense, so I think that will help them. So sorry, Maddie. Johnny?
I'm going to make it a 3-peat. I think the Broncos are just going to crush them. And I'm calling 4 sacks on D. Jones.
Yeah.
I just don't think he has it in for a second good game.
All right. The Atlanta Falcons are at the Minnesota Vikings.
This will be a good game. It's going to be the battle of 2 really good emerging young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be really excited to see what happens. I was kind of surprised by the first half of the Minnesota-Chicago game. I wasn't expecting sorry, Maddie. But yeah, I wasn't expecting the first half of the Minnesota game to be the way it was, but the way J.J. McCarthy kind of responded was impressive to me. So for that reason, I'm going to pick the Vikings. I think they're a little bit more top-heavy as far as like overall talent, but this one could literally go either way for me.
I was impressed by the way Michael Penix played, but again, I was impressed by the way J.J. McCarthy played.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think I don't know about Falcons defense. That's my issue with this game.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I have to go with Minnesota. I think the offenses are fairly close to each other. I give I give I think quarterback is about even. I think running back goes to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I think wide receivers go to Minnesota. I just think Minnesota's defense as a whole, even though they didn't, I look at what they did against in the second half against Caleb Williams. And I think they are more like that than they are the first half of that game, and that's why I'm going to go with them. John?
I am going to go with the Falcons on this one. The way they played against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is one of the top teams, holding them. They lost by 3. I just feel the Falcons are up for a win. I'm sorry, team from Atlanta. Sorry.
No, they're all right. You can call them the Falcons. That's fine. And then Sunday, and I don't know if this is. I would assume this is the Sunday night game. We have the Super Bowl rematch.
Dun, dun.
The Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs.
So the 8:20 game is the Falcons game. This is a 4:25 game.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
That's stupid by the that's what the hell is the NFL thinking there?
It's bad booking.
Or unless they're thinking, guess what? We know we're going to get everybody to watch the Eagles and the Chiefs. We might not get a lot of people watching the Falcons Vikings, but hey, if it's the only game on, we'll probably get an audience.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one. I think they're going to want payback. I think it's going to be close. It's not going to be anywhere of a blowout, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. As much as I hate Mahomes. Wait, you said this.
I'm going to go the Chiefs because Arrowhead Stadium.
They got the refs on their side. There we go.
Right. The Xavier Worthy thing has me a little, if they're missing Rashid Rice and then missing Worthy, I think it's going to be interesting. I wonder at what point in time during the season does the Kansas City Chiefs call the football team from South Florida and say, hey, what would you take for the cheetah?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they brought back Kareem Hunt. Why wouldn't they bring back?
Yeah.
All
right, Anthony.
Man, this is one of the harder ones of the week because this could literally go either way. I feel like both of the teams didn't look as good as they did last season this past week. Although I'm probably going to go ahead and pick Philadelphia for this one, just because I think they're going to have the more consistent offensive attack with the run. I feel like with Mahomes having a lack of weapons, they can target Kelsey and kind of double him, and they don't have as great of a rushing attack. So Mahomes is going to have to kind of be Superman. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Eagles, although I am a little concerned with the interior defense of the Colts being able to shut down the run because that's really the strength of the Eagles. Yep. Hoping that they can kind of get A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith going too, because that would be huge in a game like this. But I'm going to say the Eagles by a very small margin.
I mean, don't forget, it's also going to be the homecoming of Travis and Taylor. So the crowd's going to go crazy every time they put the camera on Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Kelsey.
Now
then we turn to Monday with 2.
Hold up. I want to ask him a question.
Yes.
If Carter spits on somebody and gets ejected again, does that change your pick, Anthony?
It actually probably would, because I feel like he's their best defender, and he's basically what's going to neutralize the entire run game for them, because he basically shuts down the interior. So he's one of the big reasons I can comfortably – I don't want to say comfortably, but why I can pick Philadelphia. You can't comfortably pick against Patrick Mahomes anytime, but I think Philadelphia has found a way to beat them.
They are favored by 1.5, Philly.
I mean, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, A lot more pressure on the Chiefs. Again, every game counts to go 0-2. I mean, not, again, depending on what else happens, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. So it's going to be a tough game. Wouldn't surprise me as soon as the schedule came out that a lot of the Chiefs went ahead and had this game circled. It wouldn't surprise me if they were looking a little bit ahead last week, from that standpoint. But on Monday night, Monday night football, we have actually a doubleheader.
And
2
why?
games. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's the NFL.
For ad revenue.
Yeah.
True.
So I guess what would be considered the early game, and the early game, I think they start the game at 7:00 or 7:15.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
You
The
got
other
the
one's
Tampa Bay
10 p.m.
Buccaneers at the Houston Texans.
I'm going Houston. I think they're due for a win. And Tampa Bay didn't look all that great, against Atlanta. So I'm going to pick Houston on this one.
I'm going Houston also. I think Houston's defense is better than it showed. And I think being at home, I think their defense with the crowd behind them will play better. I tell you one thing, that rookie wide receiver that what's his name? I'll call him Double E. Man, he looked really good.
Yeah, he did.
He looked really good, and you figure, with Mike Evans and him, and then if they get Godwin coming back or Goodwin, it's gonna be that's gonna be a tough team. But I just think Houston's defense is gonna play better at home. I think that's gonna be enough for them to get the W. Anthony?
So I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I think they both looked pretty bad last week, but I think Tampa just has a few more weapons. But this is another close one for me because I could totally see CJ Stroud turning it on and, pulling Houston to a win. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Tampa Bay for this one.
Then to close out week 2, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Both teams look pretty good last week. Chargers beating the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The Vegas Raiders traveling to Massachusetts to take on the team from Boston. So, what do you think, Anthony?
I think Herbie's fully loaded this week, man. I think Justin Herbert's going to come out and shine this week. I think that he's going to make some big weapons out of his wide receivers, and definitely think that the Chargers are going to roll again.
I like the Chargers also. I think Herbert in year 2.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, buddy? I think Herbie in year 2 of Jim Harbaugh's, what he wants to do out there. I think you saw a little bit of that. He had a good week last week. I think he can do the same thing. They'll be in a dome, a little bit more. I think they will be a little more. I think they could be even better. So I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I am with you guys. I'm with you guys, the Chargers. I just think they're a better team than Vegas is right now. More weapons.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That is it. Those are our picks, everybody. And next week we will reveal. What's up, Sean?
Hey,
we will go ahead and reveal. I don't think anybody picked the Texans again, Sean. So sorry.
Shh, you weren't supposed to tell him that.
We'll
Sorry,
see.
Sean. We did the same to Maddie. If it makes you feel any better.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother. But guys, do us a favor. Leave in the comment section what you would have picked for these games. Any predictions you have for this upcoming week. We'd love to hear the feedback. Boys, you got anything coming up this week that you want to talk about before we wrap up this episode?
I do not have anything, but I will say, Sean, I did pick the Texans.
All right, well, you got one out of three.
I picked them
I think
too.
Mike took them too.
Okay, so I'm the only jag off that
You're
didn't.
the only one. So Sean, we got you 2-1. Sean, we got you 2-1.
My bad, Sean.
Yeah. For me, we got the show tomorrow night. Not exactly sure what we're going to talk about. We'll figure that out. And then, as another little, a plug, Thursday night over on District, I've posted it on my Instagram and stuff like that and everything. 8:00, I'll be having a big sale with toys and clothes and stuff like that. So, come on over to District. Just go ahead and hang out. It's Whatnot-esque, but a little more community based. And just come. You can hang out in the chat and talk. And if you do see something you like, the deals are very, very good.
They're insanely good.
You're trying to lighten the load before you move.
And I'm just like cleaning up like good stuff after. I don't want to say what half of it is because half of it's for Irene, and she may be sneaking in the chat somewhere. But there's some really good stuff. There was toys and collectibles and stuff like that. So if you guys like any of that, make sure you follow Huddle Card Collection. Or are you Huddle Card Collection over there? What's your name on District?
Huddle. Yeah. I'll on my channel. If you're watching on my channel, in the description, you can go ahead and see it. It will be District and everything. But look for Huddle. Looking for it on Instagram. On Huddle Card. I'll throw a post up there also.
And will you be in the Dibdit section?
Yep. Yeah, be in Dibdit. 8:00. We'll start at 8:00. I don't know. We'll probably go for like another 2 hours, and I got 4 bins of toys ready to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am pumped to see what you're going to bring out this next coming week. Do you ever get like comics or anything like that, or is it just mainly like?
I do not have comics, but I got Funko Pops. We got Mario.
Nice.
We got, I don't know. We got plenty of stuff.
Nice. Yeah, bring it on out. Guys, stop over Thursday night, 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Stop over to Huddle Card Collection on YouTube and see Collecting Profit. Awesome show. Talks about eBay and sports cards and all the fun stuff in the hobby. You'll see these two handsome gentlemen there pretty much every week. So make sure you swing on by there. John, anything you want to promote?
I do not have anything. Brandon Jensen tonight at 10 o'clock is doing his battle with Johnny. So,
ooh, nice. That 10 Eastern or 10 Central?
I believe it's 10 Eastern time. I believe.
Okay.
I have it on my side. It says 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it would have to be earlier for them that way.
Cool. Then as for me, I may put out a few shorts or something this week, but on Sunday, our pastor's out of town, so I'm going to be speaking again at church. So anybody that's in the Pittsburgh area that would like to see that, feel free to come on out. The address there, I think, is 425 Locust in New Kensington. So feel free to swing on by, anybody that's local.
Can I ask you, how was your Savannah Banana game?
Dude, it was awesome. I had like the most fun. Yeah. Believe it or not, it was like ever since going, like I find myself watching like all of their stuff on YouTube now, and like I actually follow and watch like other games, like more so than I would like even MLB, because a lot of times most games, even the Pirates, aren't like I can't even get access to them at my house. So they have all of their games right on YouTube. So real time watch their stuff, which is pretty cool.
And they're so fun to watch too.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. Yeah. Highly recommend anybody going to any of their games. The funny thing is Irene even got a hold of her family and because they were going to be at Petco Park this past week. And she was like, you guys need to go get tickets. I don't think they did just because of the pricing and like the secondary market stuff. But yeah, it's 100% worth it.
I try to get on the list every time for their new year, but never get picked. But,
yeah, it's not easy. The waiting list is crazy. Sounds good.
Cool. Well, again, we appreciate everybody stopping by for another episode of Dialed In. Come on back next week. Make sure you subscribe to all 3 of our channels. We genuinely appreciate that. Till next week, God bless you guys.
We're going for 2.
Everybody.